I'd like to call the October 6th, 2021 regular meeting of the Temecula Planning Commission to order. We have a flag salute. Commissioner Hagel.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Hagel. Could we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Hagel.
Here.
Commissioner Telesio. Here. Vice Chair Turley Trejo.
Here.
Chairman Watts.
Here.
And we have one excused absence from Commissioner Ruiz.
Great. Do we have any public comments tonight?
We have none?
None?
None for an
Okay.
item not on the agenda.
With that, I will move to the next item, which is the consent calendar. All matters listed under the consent calendar are considered to be routine, and all will be enacted by one roll call vote. There will be no discussion of these items unless members of the Planning Commission request specific items be removed from the consent calendar for separate action. The two items on the consent calendar tonight are the minutes from our meeting of September 15th and the Director's Hearing Summary Report. Does anybody have any questions on those items? Move to approve. Okay, the motion's been made by Commissioner Telesio to approve.
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Hagel. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I'm going to go ahead and vote, even though I wasn't here because I reviewed the minutes.
Okay, so that's 4 ayes, and Commissioner Ruiz is excused absence. Third item of business tonight is to amend the capital improvement program for fiscal year 2022 to 2026 to add a traffic signal in the Promenade Mall Ring Road project, long-range project number LR21-1160. Can we have a staff report, please?
Yes, thank you, Commissioners, and good evening. Like you said, today I'm going to present to you an amendment to our capital improvement program in conformance to see if it's consistent with a general plan. Is my presentation should be up? There we go. Okay. Are you guys able to see my presentation? Okay, 1 second.
I think they're working on it back there.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, cool. So just a little bit of a background, state planning and zoning laws requires that the Planning Commission review and provide comments to the City Council regarding the conformity of the CIP project with our adopted general plan. And the Planning Commission's role is to review the CIP project and determine if the project is consistent, again, with our general plan. Back in May 19th, our Planning Commission's reviewed our draft CIP and for fiscal year 2022-2026 and adopted a resolution making the findings that is consistent with our general plan. And on June 8th, the City Council approved the capital improvement program. So with that, today we're coming forward just asking to present to you the CIP amendment just to add an additional project for a traffic signal Promenade Mall on Ring Road. And based on staff's review and the Promenade Mall management, we have kind of agreed that a fourth traffic signal warrants construction at this time. And then prior to City Council approving the funding to the project, Planning Commission must first make the findings that the project is consistent with the city's adopted general plan. So here's the location. As you can see, the Promenade Mall right in the middle, and then northeast of that is where the signal will be. I think we're all very familiar with that area and how congested it can be, so I think a traffic signal will help with traffic flow and just to be consistent. And staff's analysis, so per our circulation element within our general plan, it is consistent with Goal 3 to have an efficient city circulation system through the use of transportation system management and travel demand management strategies under the policy 3.1, which require proper spacing and intersection traffic signals where feasible to maximize the smooth progression of traffic flows and to minimize delay and stop-and-go conditions. And the CEQA determination, this is under CEQA. This is defined as not a project under these two sections. And staff's recommendation today is that the Planning Commission review the proposed amendment to the capital improvement program for fiscal year 2022-26 to add the traffic signal to Promenade Mall along Ring Road and make a determination that the proposed amendment is consistent with the adopted City of Temecula's general plan. And that concludes staff's presentation.
Thank you. Any questions of staff?
I do. Can you just go back to the slide where it shows where it's at?
Yeah,
So, because I was trying to figure out exactly, so tell me what's right there.
It's El Pollo Loco. On the left side is El Pollo Loco, and then on the right side is the back of, what is that, Party City and, that's right, that's right. That is
Oh
the
my
direct entrance to
gosh.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, okay, so El Pollo Loco, there's not an El Pollo Loco right there. There is? Okay, so Party City is in the back of Party City. So, that one where you're like turning to go, eventually to go to Trader Joe's at some point in your life? That is terrible. Yes, okay. I'm so glad to know where that is. I didn't know there was an El Pollo Loco, though. Oh, my God. All right. I just wanted to make sure I knew exactly where it was. Thanks.
Any further questions? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
I will so move. Oh, wait. Don't we have to?
No, you can just move staff's recommendation.
We're not opening the.
I read, it's
We're
not a
done.
public.
It's not a public hearing,
matter.
Madam.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
business
not
item.
public hearing item. Okay, okay.
Okay, so the motion is made,
Yes, I will move staff's recommendation. Thank you. That's right.
seconded by Commissioner Hagel. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And that's a 4-0 vote in
Okay.
favor. Okay, that brings us to a public hearing. Any person may submit written comments to tonight, if I can back up 1 second, we're going to consider items 4, 5, 6, and 7 as one presentation item, and we will take, unless we need to, we'll take all the resolutions at once. So. Must be best, but I will read the 4 items so we can get started. Any person may submit written comments to the Planning Commission before a public hearing or may appear and be heard in support of or in opposition to the approval of the project at the time of the hearing. If you challenge any of the projects in court, you may be limited to raising only those issues you or someone else raised at the public hearing or in written correspondence delivered to the Commission Secretary at or prior to the public hearing. Any person dissatisfied with a decision of the Planning Commission may file an appeal of the Commission's decision. Said appeal must be filed within 15 calendar days after service of written notice of the decision. The appeal must be filed on the appropriate Community Development Department form and be accompanied by the appropriate filing fee. The items in the public hearing will be item number 4, planning application number PA21-0743, a development plan for the construction of an approximately 23,788 square foot industrial building located on the south side of Avenida Alvarado, approximately 1,200 feet west of Terra Alta Way, APN number 909-290-008. Item number 5, planning application number PA21-0744, a development plan for the construction of an approximately 19,769 square foot industrial building located on the south side of Avenida Alvarado, approximately 1,400 feet west of Terra Alta Way, APN number 909-290-009. Item number 6, planning application number PA21-0745, a development plan for the construction of an approximately 19,336 square foot industrial building located on the north side of Avenida Alvarado, approximately 1,250 feet west of Terra Alta Way, APN number 909-290-054. And lastly, item number 7, planning application number PA21-0746, a development plan for the construction of an approximately 17,503 square foot industrial building located on the north side of Avenida Alvarado, approximately 1,430 feet west of Terra Alta Way. APN number 909-290-053. Mr. Cooper will be giving us a staff report, I believe.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson and Planning Commissioners. As you stated, this is planning application 21-0743, 0744, 0745, and 0746, which are MS Mountain View buildings. So, as you previously stated, this is planning application 21-0743, a development plan for the construction of approximately 23,788 square foot industrial building. PA 21-0744, a development plan for the construction of an approximately 19,769 square foot industrial building. PA 21-0745, development plan for the construction of approximately 19,336 square foot industrial building. And PA 21-0746, a development plan for the construction of an approximately 17,503 square foot industrial building. Before we get too far into the presentation, just as a little bit of background, this is the third set of these industrial buildings that this Planning Commission is reviewing. In December of 2000, Phase 1, which was 4 buildings, and in May of this year was Phase 2, which was 3 industrial buildings. So it's an industrial building park. All the architecture looks the same. The colors are very similar. So it's already been, those buildings have been previously approved, so they're going to look very similar to what at least 3 of the current planning commissioners have seen. So something a little bit new for Commissioner Hagel. So all 4 of the buildings are located in the light industrial zoning district. They do meet the minimum parking requirements for the City of Temecula Development Code, Table 17.24.040. They are consistent with the City of Temecula design guidelines for industrial buildings, and they all do provide an outdoor employee break area that includes tables with seats, umbrellas, and trash receptacles. So Building 5, you can see here on the screen, it's generally located on the south side of Avenida Alvarado, approximately 1,200 feet west of Terra Alta Way. This is the site plan on your screen. You have the industrial building on the right side. As part of the design guidelines, industrial buildings should have enhanced paving, so all 4 of these buildings will have enhanced paving at the entryways and the employee break area. This is the elevations of the building, and then the rendering of the building. So, in terms of landscaping, the total landscape on the project site is 23.7%, which is above the 20% that's required in the light industrial zoning district. Some of the plantings include the holly oak, Texas ranger, autumn sage, creeping fig, Mexican honeysuckle. So as we work through these, you'll see similar landscaping on all 4 of the buildings. Building 6, located on the south side of Avenida Alvarado, approximately 1,400 feet west of Terra Alta Way. This is the site plan. It actually shares a driveway with Building 5. So the industrial building on the left side, the employee break area, and then their half of the driveway that has the enhanced paving. So the elevations, very similar. Obviously the same color as Building 5, as they're going to be right next to each other. And then the rendering of that building. Again, with the landscaping, we have 25.9% for this building, and fern pine, holly oak, Texas ranger, hopseed bush, and again, Mexican honeysuckle. For Building 10, this one is on the north side of Avenida Alvarado, approximately 1,250 feet west of Terra Alta Way. Site plan, industrial building on the right, employee break area, and the enhanced paving on the bottom of the screen. So a little bit darker green on this building than on the previous 2. This color was a color that was previously approved, I believe, as part of Phase 2. And then the rendering of the building. And then more landscaping, 23.58%, again with the fern pine, introducing the Palo Verde, the Lantan gold rush, autumn sage, and mountain marigold. And then finally, Building 11. This one is also on the north side of Avenue Alvarado, approximately 1,430 feet west of Terra Alta Way. Site plan, again, building on the left, employee break area, and their portion of their enhanced paving. So back with the darker green. And finally, the rendering. And then the final set of landscaping, this one has 31.32%, so higher than the other three buildings. The Mediterranean cypress, Texas ranger, autumn sage, deergrass, and Indian hawthorn. So in terms of environmental, this is CEQA exempt for section 15332, which is a class 32 for infill development projects. And with that, staff recommends the Planning Commission approve planning applications 21-0743, 0744, 0745, and 0746, subject to the conditions of approval. Conditions of approval have been provided to the applicant team. They're in agreement with those conditions. That concludes staff's report. Staff is here to answer any questions. The applicant's representative and the applicant's engineer is here as well.
Thank you, Scott. Any questions of staff?
Yeah, I do have a couple questions. First of all, really like the colors on the first two buildings a lot. Not so much the second ones as much, but anyway. Is there a place for bike parking?
There's bike racks at all entrances of the buildings.
Awesome,
Okay. That's again is a requirement of the development code.
And then, this isn't part of this really, but I was just curious, do we know ahead of time at all who the tenants are gonna be there at all, or?
I don't know if the applicant's representative has that information. I do understand after talking with the applicant, actually this morning at the counter, that there has not been problems receiving tenants in the buildings.
Okay. All right, that's all I had, thanks.
It's good to hear. Any other questions of staff? Okay, I'll go ahead and open the public hearing. Do we have any speakers?
We have none, but the applicant is here.
Very good. I think we recognize them.
Mr. Watts?
Welcome, Mr. Mark.
Larry Markham, representing the applicant. We concur with the conditions of approval on all four projects, and here to answer any questions that the commission may have. So,
Any questions? Seeing none, we have none.
thank you.
Thanks, Larry. Do you care to say anything tonight? The other gentleman? Nope. Okay, with that, I will close the public hearing and entertain discussion or whatever you folks want to do. We all know that you don't like the color.
I didn't say I didn't like them, I said I like the first two buildings better, but, you know. But I will move all four items together that have been recommended by our, that have been recommended by the staff. I will move that item.
Just a comment, I think the sizes are perfect. I had an industrial building that I sold a couple weeks ago. I closed on it, and I have a pretty good idea what's available in this area, and we're in really shortage of industrial buildings, and particularly these sizes. So I think this is a really smart move, and I think it's great for the city.
Very good. We're waiting on a second.
I'll second it.
And seconded by Commissioner Hagel. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 It's a 4-0 vote. Yes, thank you for those comments, Bob. And, man, we hope they bring lots of jobs and get people that live here, and so they'll be able to live and work at the same place and help solve some of our problems. Thank you very much. Okay, Commissioner reports. I'll start on my left. Commissioner Hagel, do you have anything?
Subcommittee
Comes
report?
up next.
Yes or no?
The subcommittee comes up next.
Okay, I have nothing else.
All right.
Well, this isn't a subcommittee, but I'm on the Quality of Life Master Plan Committee, and we just had our second meeting on Monday night. And we discussed there's 6 core values, and the 2 that we discussed were healthy and livable city and economic prosperity. And so there's a good array of different representatives there, and we had some great comments with kind of understanding what tourism means to our city, which I kind of learned a little bit on that. And anyway, it was a good, robust meeting, and there's going to be some changes made to the process as that were suggested by specifically Matt Ron. Matt Ron and Marianne work they're on there as a subcommittee for that particular committee. So anyway, I've enjoyed it so far, and I think we have maybe 4 more meetings. So we're meeting just about monthly on that. So I will bring back our next report next time we meet in November. Thanks.
Thanks, Lene, and on behalf of the commission, we thank you for representing the planning commission on that, the Blue Ribbon panel, so thanks again. Okay, I have no reports, so now we'll go to the subcommittee reports. Bob, you want to go ahead?
We had a subcommittee with Commissioner Ruiz and I on the municipal codes, and pretty much all the changes that are being recommended are those that have come down from the state. One thing that did surprise me is the state is trying to fast track certain kinds of things, like making it easier to get to open up and maintain a child care center. And so city licenses are no longer required. My biggest concern with that is, how does the city know that we've got a child care center? And most important, how do the police department and fire department know? Now, the fire department will do an inspection, so they will know. Police department will not. And I'm hoping that the fire department's list gets passed to the police department, particularly to those that are on the phone and calling a deputy out to something that I would not want to see a deputy walk into a child care center with a gun drawn, or, if not necessary, and so on and so forth. I think it's important that they know. And so any way that I think that the city can have a list of all the operational child care centers, I think is very important, and communicate it to all those departments that need to know. But the other changes, I think, were done quite well. I think there was a couple clarifications to some wording that was important, but we voted 2-0 to support the recommendations.
Thank you.
And those recommendations will be coming to the full PC here shortly, so.
We look forward to it. Thank you. Okay, we had an infill subcommittee meeting this afternoon, and just real briefly, because we'll get briefed on it when it comes before us, but legislature's passed a series of bills that affect housing and development, as you all know, and cities responding as such. One of the things that we have to do is come up with objective standards.
Objective design standards.
Objective design standards. I want to make sure I get that right. As a city, not subjective ones, and I think you all understand the difference. So that's what they're doing. Basically, staff come up with 6 different architectural styles, for future developments, and those are the Craftsman, Tuscan. You're familiar with almost all of them. We've approved them in most of our things. American Rural, East Coast Traditional, Mission, Spanish Revival, and then a new one, which is Italianate. Italianate. So you'll be seeing more of those as they bring the item to us. All the cities are under the same deadlines on this to get these things done, and I think staff is working up a great product, working very hard with a difficult subject. So we appreciate all the efforts you're putting in, and I was very positive about the meeting today, and I think you will be too when you see the final product come before the commission. So anything to add, Mr. Deputy City Manager?
I think you got it, and yeah, it's gonna come before the full PC, so you guys will get to chew on it and take a look at it and discuss it, and hopefully approve it with some changes. So, thank you.
Very good, thank you. And with that, Community Development Director, what a segue, Luke. What have we got tonight?
Yeah, couple things. Just wanted to dovetail off of Commissioner Lene Trejo's discussion of the BRC. Matt, to my right, who's the main project manager, will be coming back to all the commissions, but the Planning Commission to give a full update on the current status of that process at that time, which will be, maybe a month or two. So keeping the commission informed of what's going on there periodically, and not leaving it just up to you, Lene, to have to do that. So that's coming up. And then two other things. We are still, I know it's been, we said around October we wanted to do a city tour. We are still working on that. I don't know if it's going to fall right in this month, but it's still something we're hoping to do soon, to go check out all the new projects, all the future projects, and those always seem to be pretty good events. So we're still working on that, and we're still working on, I don't know exactly where it is right this moment, but working on tours for Somers Bend, if people want to do that. So we're coordinating that. Coordination's a bit difficult with the developer and all that, but we're still working on that. Just want to let you know. Yeah.
Thank you, Luke.
I would definitely be interested in that when that comes up. Thanks.
Meaning the tour? Yeah. Oh, okay. Mr. Moreno?
For Public Works, we've completed our slurry seal projects through the city. We're coming to the end of those now, and so you'll see signage, everything else is complete. We are in the midst of pouring foundations for the Wabash signal, so we wanted to make sure that you understood that some of the lane closures on Temecula Parkway are due to that signal going in. So foundations are being poured for the poles. And then we are just about complete with the T-Drive signal, and that's the design of it anyway. And that's going into Temecula Hills. So there's going to be a signal there now due to the wine country traffic and our residents trying to get out into Rancho California Road. So that's what I have for you tonight.
Do you have an update on the traffic light that's supposed to go in on Butterfield in front of the school, where that weird stop sign is?
Oh, Lestonic?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we communicated our concern with that area with Dennis Acuna, who's the county traffic engineer, because technically that is a county project, and they put it on the back burner because they didn't feel that it was warranted, to be so, accelerated as far as requirements. And so they also wanted to know if we wanted to do one at Rancho Vista. And if we did one at Rancho Vista, then it would conflict with that one. We have no plans for Rancho Vista to have a signal, and it doesn't make any sense. So we went back and told the county, no, we don't agree. We're not going to do Rancho Vista, and we asked them to justify whether or not, they're going to go forward with the Lestonic. But for now, it's going back to the barricades, to the white poles, and keeping traffic separated that way. It's just the distance between that driveway and Rancho Vista. There's not a lot of wiggle room there, so it becomes problematic. And like I said, it's really a county issue because it's on that side of Butterfield. Yeah. So we're working with Dennis Acuna.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question too on that street. There's like something, it's weird. Like from Rancho California, you turn south, and right on the right-hand side, there's like some kind of thing.
It's
Sorry.
a transformer that was hit by a vehicle.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck is that?
And so they've just got it hanging there while they get ready to fix it.
Yeah.
It looks strange. It's got like a black trash bag over it.
Yeah.
First time I saw it too, I was like, what the heck is that? Somebody built it there?
Yeah, it
That's
looked
what it
like
is.
kind of like a little shelter.
If you look at it, there's a hole under, there's like not a hole, but there's where it was. And they picked it up.
Wow.
It's not a new cell tower?
No. Okay, good to know. That was strange.
Okay, that should do it for tonight. I will adjourn the meeting until Wednesday, October the 20th. Thanks, everybody. Do I need a motion to adjourn, or can I adjourn? I've seen it done both ways.
You can go ahead and adjourn, that's fine.
We'll gladly do whatever our attorney tells us to do.